Hello everyone, welcome to another exciting podcast session with Xplore. I'm Anjali K and today we have our guest Mr. Rohit Gambhir from Centric Consulting. Welcoming you, sir.
Thank you, Anjali.
Yes. So, Mr. Rohit Gambhir is a partner and leading leader at Centric Consulting Company. He is a seasoned information technology leader with a proven record in setting up and scaling capability centers in India. He currently leads the India Offshore Center for Centric Consulting, driving operations, delivery, and growth across global teams. With deep expertise in digital transformation, technology strategy, and creating impactful client and employee experiences, he's here to share insights from his credible journey. So, sir, let's begin.
Sure.
Yes. So, first, to touch upon your career and leadership, the first question is, you have led multiple teams, built delivery centers, and also seen multiple industry shifts. So, what was the biggest turning point in your 25-year career journey, and what exactly shaped your leadership style?
Yeah. So I think from a turning point and what shaped the career perspective, I believe in continuous learning. I think everything that happens every day is actually continuous learning. But if I had to think of something which created a material impact, I think there are two things. One was the turning point when I was actually working in India and I was moved to US to face and work directly with the customer for which I have been building product. So that was really an eye-opener for me to kind of see the product from the eyes of the customer and completely change my thinking in the way I evolved the same product after coming back to India. So that was one. And the second thing I'll say about scaling up teams, it's very important to make sure you keep empowering and growing your people. So the shift that I did from being an individual contributor to leading large teams, one thing which I learned was to make sure that there's continuous empowerment of the team and focused and trusting and giving them flexibility. So those two kind of would be the ones I'll put as the turning points.
Yes, that's nice to know, sir. Moving to the next question, you've started your career as in IT services era, and now you're leading in a digital-first landscape. So, how has the consulting industry evolved from the early IT services to the today's digital landscape?
Yeah, so throughout my 25 plus years of experience, I was mostly working with clients in US, either working out of US or working out of India. I think one thing which I've seen evolve over the IT industry and the landscape in India is that it is constantly moving up the value chain.
Yes.
Back in 99, 2000, when I started, there were more low-end work being shifted to India.
Yes.
But now there are like end-to-end development happening with a lot of people in India doing more complex work than what we have seen outside. So what I would say is that I have seen things move up more up the value chain. And then actually the other change I'll say is that now in the digital world, technology is in the forefront. It's not an afterthought, but it is something which you have to think through upfront and design from a technology angle. Things.
Yes, I definitely.
Yeah.
So now we'll move on to the transformation and technology section.
Sure.
So digital transformation has become a constant theme in every organization agenda currently. So what is in your view that is the most common reason that digital transformation programs are failing?
Yeah, so I think, digital transformation programs, I feel the most important thing is understanding the customer and the needs of customer and what you need to do functionally. A lot of times what happens is that the technologists actually start looking at things totally from technology lens and miss the business lens. So having that right balance is important. And if you are building something which is technically superb, but at the end of the day, it doesn't meet the need of the customer, then it does not serve the purpose. So actually being able to understand the customer as you drive the transformation is extremely important.
Also, we know how agentic AI and Gen AI is everywhere. So how do you think it's changing the consulting field?
Yeah, so Gen AI is going to impact the consulting space in a lot of ways. I think the whole talent landscape is going to change. The way I see things evolving is that a lot of these low-end work or the tasks which are repetitive in nature are going to be handled by AI.
Yes.
And a lot of the decisions also will shift to AI. So I see that it's going to be required for consultants to work with AI. So basically the human-centric approach combined with AI And also the consultants will have to move up one higher level where they are able to leverage AI and do more high-end stuff.
Yes.
So in that space, and also in the technology area, we are seeing in application development and coding, right now, a lot of the coding is done by AI-related tools, which have actually got agents that build the code. So the role of a junior developer will go away, and it's going to be more senior developers, architects, and consultants, which are more senior. The other thing I'll say is that the one skill or which will become more important is the ability to manage client relations and the human-centric approach of understanding empathy and all that. So those kind of things will start becoming more prevalent and important as AI kind of takes over.
That's a valid point, sir.
Yeah.
So moving on, so data drives nearly every strategic decision today. So can you share a real example where data-driven insights have transformed a client's business outcome?
Yeah, so I think the data and insights is extremely important for anything you're building in the current world.
Yes.
The right way to do it is that you build something and iteratively get feedback about it and refine the product based on the data. So to your point, giving an example, there is one product which we created for one of our clients, which is actually for digital ordering, loyalty management.
Yes.
It is live in 17 countries right now. Okay. And it has got 1 million users with nearly $1 billion of orders are going to be placed on that product. So the way this product has been evolving for last 3 years. So what we did was that there was always data on adoption of how it was adopted, which flows were the customers using, collecting analytics using a lot of latest generation tools. And to find out where the customer is requiring or where the functionality needs to be developed, and iteratively it was developed using that. So I think getting the constant insight back into the loop to help you decide where you need to invest, how you need to evolve your product is a good example of where data and insights can impact what you do.
Okay, that's a great example.
Sure.
So moving on, you build and scale global delivery centers across multiple organizations. So what's the toughest challenge in building and scaling a high-performing global delivery center?
Yeah, so I think building and scaling global centers, one of the things is just making sure that you are able to structure and grow your teams in tandem with the way business is growing. It's as much as it sounds easy, but making sure you are keeping your team motivated, engaged, and also giving them the right level of challenge fueled with empowerment is extremely important, right? Yes. What happens is that as leaders, we focus too much on the business stuff and we ignore the people aspects of structuring teams, which I feel it should be the other way around. You take care of your people and your team. Your people and your team will take care of the business for you. So actually making sure you are giving the right learning, empowerment, growth, trust, flexibility to your teams is actually very important if you want to scale teams in capability centers.
Yes, sir, that's very insightful. So, and with distributed teams spread across different timelines, so how do you keep remote or offshore teams connected to the client's purpose and culture?
Yeah, that's a brilliant question actually. And as I said earlier, I have always been working with clients in US from India, or I've been working from US in India. I think making sure that there is some overlap time and time to connect back with the client is extremely important for the success. So what we do in our organization is that we actually set that expectation from our employees day one from hiring that you have to work till 9:30 p.m. India time. They can start later, but they need to provide a minimum level of overlap to our clients in US. Because that's a non-negotiable item, and if you become disjoint with your client, then the quality of what you do suffers. So just making sure you're setting the expectations with your team and creating an overlap period where people are able to interact effectively is extremely important. And if you don't do that, then you'll see challenges in quality and delivery starting to surface.
Yes, so the clear communication is very important.
Expectation setting and communication.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, moving on towards the future of consulting. So we keep hearing consulting 4.0. So the next evolution of the industry. So if you had to define this consulting 4.0, so how would you see it for the next decade?
Yeah, so like all industry, consulting industry is actually transforming itself as well. The 4.0 of consulting has to be AI-driven consulting. So what is happening is that now everybody has access to a lot of information and data through AI. Like even when we go back to our clients, what we hear from them is that they've already used ChatGPT to answer a strategy question that we're trying to answer for them. Now we have to create a differentiation with respect to AI as well. So with AI into the picture, all consultants will have to make sure they are becoming adept at using AI in the right way. And at the same time, adding value adds which are beyond what AI can deliver as well. And then making sure that they are investing more in understanding the uniqueness of the client's problem. See, what happens is that a lot of times what you will throw into AI, and AI is going to give you a more generic answer based on the data it has. But when you are working as a consultant to a client, either delivering a technology solution for them or a business solution for them or an outcome for them, you have to understand their uniqueness, their pain points, their nuances, and make sure you tailor the solution to them so that they feel there is a value add and they're not just getting a generic answer.
That's a very insightful answer. You've covered everything.
Yeah.
So moving on. So innovation is often confused with hype in this fast-moving phase. So what's your personal test for deciding whether an idea is truly an initiative or it's just for the hype? So how do you differentiate?
Yeah, so I personally believe a lot in using agile and an MVP approach. So my philosophy is that if you're using any new technology or deriving any solution for a client, you should target to start with a minimal viable product, which is functional, usable. I think minimal viable doesn't mean that you build something which is not usable, but something usable. And then create a feedback loop of how things are evolving, and then build on top of that. So that you are actually doing a reality test of what you're building with the customer and actual end user, actual market, or wherever you're trying to deploy. A lot of times what people do is that they start to boil the ocean and build something for a very elongated period. And when they offer to the customer says like, you were thinking in a completely different direction. So it's better to build something which is small and then iteratively make sure you get the feedback loop from the customer.
Yes, that's a great point.
Yeah.
And after all these years in technology and consulting, so what majorly continues to inspire you to stay in this field?
Yeah, so I personally, I love what I do. And what inspires me, I think there are two things that drive me personally. I like creating solutions for the client. I would rather say, I like solving my client's problems and using my ability to do that. The second thing I love is I love working in teams. So what excites me is when I see my team grow. And when I see my team evolve, people in my team learn and grow and expand. So that is what kind of keeps driving me. So both actually a client outcome and a people outcome. And that ties very well with our company's core purpose also. I think the way we define in Centric Consulting, we define the core purpose of our organization is to create an unmatched experience for our clients and our employees. So that is what drives me as well. So there's a good alignment with my core purpose and my company's core purpose actually.
And to wrap it up, one last question. So what will be your message to the viewers of this podcast?
My message to the viewers would be to anybody who's listening to me, either a B school student or anybody who's already practicing or working, is to get more customer-centric and employee-centric. Keep an eye on both these things. If you keep investing in your customers and if you keep investing in your employees, it compounds and it grows and it creates a lot of value. So basically get employee-centric and customer-centric. And that's why the name of my company is also Centric.
Yes, Centric. Absolutely. So it was great talking to you, sir. Thank you for the opportunity. And as you mentioned, customer-centric and employee-centric, that's the prime thing. So thank you so much, sir.
Be centric.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.